Dear child, I want you to know how deeply meaningful it is that you found this message right now, at this very moment in your life. This is not an accident. It's not a coincidence or some random scroll. Something bigger than you, something full of love and divine timing has gently guided you here. Because something powerful is happening behind the scenes, something your heart has been sensing, even if your mind hasn't fully understood it yet. And now, it's time for that truth to finally come into the light. This message was meant for you. It has been waiting for you. And now that you're here, the truth can finally begin to unfold. There's something very important you need to hear. And the reason it's coming to you now is because you're finally ready to understand it. Even if a part of you feels unsure, or maybe even a little scared, another part of you knows deep down that this is the truth you've been waiting for. You're not imagining the connection you feel. You're not making it all up in your mind. Your soul knows. Your soul has always known. And today, that quiet knowing is going to be confirmed in a way that brings not only clarity, but healing, comfort, and deep peace. Something shifted inside your soulmate recently. It wasn't loud. It didn't happen in a dramatic or obvious way, but it happened. It was real, and it changed them. The angels were there. They saw it all. They felt every heartbeat, every breath, every thought that passed through your soulmate's mind. They saw a night, a very specific night, that caused something to awaken deep inside of them. It was a moment that their soul had been waiting for, even if they didn't realize it. It was a moment when the truth could no longer stay buried. Your soulmate may have looked like they were fine on the outside. Maybe they were laughing with someone else. Maybe they were surrounded by people or pretending to be happy. But inside, their heart was doing something completely different. Inside, something sacred was happening. Their heart was waking up in a way that they couldn't control. And in that quiet, soul-deep moment, they heard something they hadn't heard in a long time, or maybe ever. Their heart spoke clearly, gently, strongly, and it said something they didn't expect. It said, "This is not where I belong." At first, they didn't know what to do with that feeling. They tried to push it away. They tried to explain it. They told themselves it was just a moment, just a strange emotional wave that would pass. But it didn't pass. In fact, the more they tried to forget it, the stronger it became. Because it wasn't just a passing feeling. It was truth. It was a deep, soul-level truth rising to the surface after being hidden for far too long. And when that truth rose, it didn't come alone. It brought your name with it, even though they may not have said it out loud, even though they may have been silent or even cold toward you lately. Their heart was calling out for you that night. Your presence filled their thoughts. Your energy wrapped around them. Your memory softened their chest. Your name rose in their spirit. And in that moment, even if no one else saw it, even if they didn't even say it out loud, they knew. They knew that their heart still belonged to you, that it always had, that no matter where they'd gone, no matter what they'd tried to do, no matter who they'd tried to be, a piece of them had always remained with you. This realization didn't come easily for them. It shook them. It rattled everything they thought they knew, because for so long they tried to convince themselves that what they felt for you wasn't real, that it was over, that it was better to move on, that someone else might be easier or safer or more convenient. But the heart doesn't care about convenience. It doesn't care about what looks good on paper. It doesn't care about timing or distance or logic. The heart only knows what it knows. And that night, their heart finally stopped trying to pretend. It finally admitted the truth. They love you, and they never stopped. They may not be showing it yet. In fact, they might be pulling away even more right now. You might feel like they've disappeared, like they've turned their back on you, like everything you thought was real wasn't real after all. But please listen very carefully. What you're seeing on the outside is not what's happening on the inside. On the inside, your soulmate is going through one of the biggest spiritual transformations of their life. They are being forced to confront feelings they've buried for a very long time. They are being asked to be honest in a way they never have before, and it's terrifying them. They didn't expect to feel this way. They thought they had control over their emotions. They thought they could move on. They thought the chapter with you was closed. But that night, something sacred broke open inside of them. A light returned. A truth came back. And suddenly, everything they believed they understood no longer made sense. Because no matter how hard they tried, their soul knew better. Their soul knew that no one else could ever replace the space you hold inside their heart. And that realization was so strong, so undeniable, that even they couldn't lie to themselves anymore. The angels want you to understand something very important. This isn't about punishment. This isn't about rejection. This isn't about them not loving you. It's the exact opposite. They are scared because they love you so deeply. They are overwhelmed because this love is not small. It's not at surface level. It's not casual. It's spiritual. It's eternal. It's the kind of love that transforms everything. And that kind of love asks a person to become more than who they've been. It asks them to grow, to surrender, to open up in ways that feel terrifying. And right now, your soulmate is still learning how to do that. They're not trying to hurt you. They're not trying to play games. They are just afraid of how real it all feels. Afraid that if they fully accept this love, they will never be the same again. And they're right. They won't be. Because this love was never meant to leave them the same. It was meant to awaken them, to free them, to return them home to you, yes, but also to the truest version of themselves. You might be wondering, if they love me this much, why haven't they come forward? Why are they still silent? Why are they still pretending nothing happened? And the answer is both simple and complicated. Their heart already knows the truth, but their mind is still catching up. Their fear is still holding on, and their ego is still trying to protect them from getting hurt. But slowly, surely, that fear is losing its grip. The love is growing stronger. The voice inside them, the one calling your name, is getting louder. And soon, it will be louder than their fear. The angels are with them every day now, whispering gently, sending signs, bringing memories of you to the surface. And even though they are still scared, they are listening. Something inside them is shifting. They may not be ready to speak it yet, but they are beginning to feel it more clearly than ever before. They are remembering. They are awakening. They are seeing the truth they've tried so hard not to see. And here is what the angels want you to know most of all. Their silence is not a sign of the end. It is a sign of the beginning. They are standing on the edge of a decision, a real, life-changing decision. They are getting closer and closer to choosing love, to choosing you. And when that moment comes, it will be real. It will be honest. It will come from the deepest part of their soul. Because once they speak this truth out loud, there will be no turning back. So hold on. Please hold on. Not because you're weak, not because you're waiting to be saved, but because you already know what's true. You already know this love is real. You already know this connection was written long before either of you ever met. And deep down, you already know that the universe is not done writing your story together. This isn't the ending. This is the moment just before everything changes. This is the moment when the clouds begin to break and the light starts to shine through. This is the moment when your soulmate begins to rise into the truth they've been afraid to accept. And when they do, when they finally take that step toward you, you'll understand why everything had to unfold the way it did. Because sometimes the heart has to break in order to open. Sometimes we have to lose something before we can understand what it truly meant. And sometimes love has to wait, not because it's not real, but because the people inside it are still becoming who they need to be to truly receive it. But the wait is almost over. The healing is already happening, and the reunion that your soul has been longing for is drawing closer every single day. The angels are still watching. They are still guiding, and they are telling me to tell you, get ready, because the truth is coming. The love is coming. The moment is coming. And when it does, your heart will know, because it will feel like coming home. They looked at the person in front of them and felt nothing. Not the kind of nothing that means they were empty, but the kind that clearly told them something important was missing. They tried to smile, to enjoy the moment, to act like everything was fine. But no matter how hard they tried to stay present, their mind kept drifting back to you. Again and again, your memory filled their heart. And then, quietly, unexpectedly, something inside them whispered, "This isn't where I belong." That one small realization shook them. Everything changed. The angels saw it clearly. They felt the moment your soulmate's energy shifted. They saw how their body tensed up, how their breath caught, how their eyes stared off for just a second too long. That's when the truth rose inside them, and they couldn't deny it anymore. They knew they still loved you. They knew they weren't over you. But instead of accepting it with peace, they panicked, because that truth meant everything they believed about their path, their plans, even themselves, might be wrong. And change, even when it's right, can be terrifying. Imagine standing at the edge of a high cliff, staring into the unknown. That's what this love feels like for them. Stepping into love with you means leaving behind what's safe. It means surrendering to something greater than their plans. It means becoming someone new, someone braver, someone more open. And that's why they pulled away. Not because they don't care, not because they don't feel it, but because loving you fully means surrendering completely. And that scared them. They tried to forget, tried to go on as if nothing had changed. But it had. Deep down, everything changed. That moment, they felt the truth. It planted itself inside them. And even if they don't want to admit it, it keeps growing. They wake up thinking about you. They try to distract themselves with other people, other plans, other dreams. But nothing works. Their thoughts always circle back to you. Their soul keeps calling your name. And the more they resist, the louder the truth becomes. You are not just someone they once loved. You are part of their destiny. And destiny always finds its way back. Now they are reaching a breaking point. They can't carry this truth inside them anymore. The angels have shown me that a moment is coming very soon. A moment when they will no longer be able to run from their feelings. Something will happen. Maybe a dream, a sign, a sudden wave of emotion. Something that breaks their walls. Something that reminds them with undeniable clarity. They still love you, and they always have. And in that moment, they will stand at a crossroads. One road leads back to the life they've always known, the safe, familiar path. The other leads to you, to love, to truth, to transformation. They will have to choose, and this time, they won't be able to avoid it. At first, they'll try to fight it again. They'll try to push it down one last time, but it won't work. The love they've been carrying is too big now. It refuses to be buried. It refuses to be ignored. They will feel it rising inside them, louder and stronger than ever before, until they realize they can't go on like this. They can't keep pretending. They'll reach out to you, maybe in a small way, maybe in a big, unexpected way, but they will reach out because their heart won't let them stay away any longer. And when they do, they won't come to you with pride or ego. They'll come humbly, honestly, openly, because they've changed, they've grown, and now they're ready. They'll finally say what they were once too scared to admit. I know now. I know what my heart truly wants, and it's you. It's always been you. They understand now that love isn't about control or logic. It's not about timing or plans. It's about the soul. And their soul chose you long ago. They tried to fight it. They tried to move on. But destiny doesn't let go. And now they see it clearly. Everything that's happened, the silence, the confusion, the pain, it was all leading here. Every tear you cried, every moment you waited, every prayer you whispered, it was not wasted. It was preparing both of you. It was preparing them to return to you not with fear, but with love. Not half-heartedly, but fully. Not as they were, but as someone transformed by truth. So I ask you now, from the deepest place in your heart, are you ready? Are you ready to receive the love that was always meant to be yours? Are you ready to open your arms, open your heart, and welcome them home? Because they are coming. Love is returning. And this time, it's real. This time, it's complete. This time, it's everything your soul has been waiting for. And now, all you have to do is be ready.